friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Jessie. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single weekday, so if that's the type of video you are interested in, I encourage you to click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the budget for the second week in June, comparing what I budgeted to what I actually spent, and figuring out whether I'm over or under budget for the week. So this is my budget results for June week 2. I did a really good job of keeping track of my transactions throughout the week using my calendar system here. This is an Erin Condren monthly calendar page. I uncoiled my Erin Condren monthly planner and punched the pages in order to put them into my Happy Planner disc-bound system. I love the paper quality and the designs of the Erin Condren products, but I like the binding system of the Happy Planner, so I just married the two and I get the best of both worlds. I use a color coding system to keep track of all of my transactions throughout the week on this calendar page using these transaction stickers that I make for myself. It's a really cool method of keeping track of everything. Works out really well for me. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start looking at what I budgeted, what I spent. If I'm under budget, I'll write in black. If I'm over budget, I'll write in red. And that's the gist of it. So I have my paycheck bill tracker that I filled out with you guys in last week's budget video. If you missed that video, I will link it in a card above so you can check it out, but for now let's just get started with tracking my spending for the week. So first up, under this bills section here, I have Hulu, and I budgeted $6 for Hulu. If we look here on my calendar, you can see that my bills for the month of June are all in this orange color. Hopefully you guys can see. I could zoom in a smidge, but not a whole lot. I want to make sure I can get the whole page in the frame. So we're looking at orange stickers for bills, and I'm looking for Hulu, which is right here. You can see it's checked off. I paid it, and it came out at $5.99. So that's under budget. So I'll go ahead and write that actual amount here under the actual column. And then we'll move on to Disney Plus. For Disney Plus, I budgeted $8, and we can look here and see that that's exactly what it came out at. It's been checked off, it's been paid, and it was $8. Okay, next up we have Boost Mobile. That is our mobile phone bill. I budgeted $130. That came out on Wednesday at exactly $130 as anticipated. I'm trying to get through this pretty quickly today. You guys, I am exhausted. I did not sleep well last night, so I didn't even make my bed this morning. As soon as I am done filming this video, I am crawling back into bed because it was a rough night. Okay, next up we have our camper payment. For our camper, I budgeted $200, and it's real easy to find that sticker right here, and that's exactly what I paid, $200. Pretty simple. For Netflix, I budgeted $14, and that came out at $13.99. All of my bills were pretty much as anticipated this week, so that made it pretty easy. For HBO Max, I budgeted $16. That came out here, you can see, at $15.84. So slightly under budget there. For groceries, I budgeted $150. And if we look here at my key, you can see that grocery transactions are in this light pink color. So we're looking at the light pink stickers here, and I did pay $150 for groceries. I actually just paid that right to the credit card that I use to buy my groceries. If you're not familiar with the way that I handle credit cards, we have credit cards that we are actively trying to pay off. Cards that we have carried a balance on for a while. But then I also have credit cards that I use and pay off every month in order to get the benefits of using credit and the rewards. And so I have a credit card that I use for groceries. I have a credit card that I use for other transactions and things, and those just get paid off every month, so I'm not paying interest on them. Okay, so I did track my groceries, so I can go ahead and check that off. Next up, I have gas, which I budgeted $40 for. And if I look here, gas is in this light purple color. I don't know if I mentioned, but we are actually looking at all of the transactions for the second week in June, so June 8th through the 14th. You can see I do have some stickers here for the 15th and 16th. I've already started kind of tracking my expenses for this week. I'm a little bit behind in filming this video, but we're not going to count those. We're stopping at the 14th, so we're only looking at transactions from the 8th to the 14th. So hopefully that covers that. So we're looking for the light purple stickers for gas transactions, and you can see that I actually put gas in my car on the 13th and the 14th. The reason for that is we went up north to our camper this weekend. My husband was driving. We had the trailer hooked to the back of our car to cart some things kind of back and forth from our camper, and so the gas light came on when we were on our way home because my husband is the type of person to wait until the very last minute to fill up on gas. I'm the type of person that fills up at like a quarter tank because I'm paranoid I'm going to run out. He likes to push the limit, and so the gas light came on when we were driving home from the camper. He did not want to stop because he had the trailer hooked up and everything, and it was just going to be a pain in the butt. So we got home, the gas tank literally was telling us we had like 5 miles to empty, and so he ran and filled up just a little bit of gas because our local gas stations have the gas prices a little bit higher than where we typically fill up, which is at the Walmart gas station, the Murphy station. So he just put 15 in it to get us through until we could get to Walmart the next day to fill up the rest of the way. I think he had to pay something like $3.17 or $3.19 a gallon on this 13th. And then I was able to fill up when I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I filled up the rest of the tank at $3.09 a gallon. So we saved ourselves a few pennies there. Actually, I can tell you that we did not completely fill up our tank. Gas prices have definitely gone up, and I knew that I only had a $40 gas budget, so I just kind of stopped when I hit that $40 limit, but we were not quite full. So it is what it is, you know, gas prices are going up. So that was a very long-winded way of saying that we filled up twice, or we added gas to our car twice. On the 13th, we spent $15. On the 14th, we spent $25, and that is a total of $40, which you could see if I had my brightness turned up. There you go, $40 in gas this week. So that is under budget. We did not go over budget in that area, which is good. But if gas prices keep going up, we're definitely going to have to raise our gas budget. Lastly, for my bills section here, I have my spending money, and I gave myself $40 for the week. I track my spending in this dark purple color. We had just one transaction you can see here. I sent $40 to a credit card. I had made a credit card purchase, and so I was just kind of paying myself back there. And so that was my full $40. So that's everything under this bills section. However, if you look here, you can see that I did have an unbudgeted transaction this week. We did not give ourselves any eating out money this week because we were trying to cut back a little bit on spending, but that kind of backfired because we did end up eating out anyway, so then we had that unbudgeted expense. We did go to Tim Hortons on the 11th just for some sandwiches on our way out to our campground that night, and so we did spend $20. So I'm just going to write that in here as an unbudgeted expense. I hate it when that happens, but we had had a long day and we needed to eat, so it is what it is. I didn't budget anything for that, but I did spend $20. So unfortunately, that is that red ink. I like to write in when I'm over budget in a category in red so that it's real easy. It jumps out off the page and lets me know, hey, you overspent in this category. Don't do that again. So that's it for my bills section. I'm going to go ahead and add this up and see what the damage was. So $5.99 plus 8 plus 130 plus 200 plus 13.99 plus 15.84 plus 150 plus 40 plus 40 plus 20 is a grand total of $623.82. That is over the $604 that I budgeted for this section. So we have to write in that dreaded red ink. I spent a total of $623.82 this week. I only budgeted $604, so we are $19.82 over budget. That will have to come out of my buffer. I do write a zero-based budget, so I give every dollar a name, so any point in time when I'm over budget, I gotta take that money from somewhere. Luckily, I have a buffer in my checking account for this exact reason, because sometimes, no matter what you try to do, sometimes you're over budget. Nobody's perfect. Okay, next up we have my cash envelope section. My husband's spending, I budgeted $40. I did give him $40 at the start of the week, so that was as expected. And I have my son's allowance here for $20, and I did give him that, so that was all good. The last category I have here in my cash envelope section is miscellaneous. That I did track here on my calendar. You can see I track my miscellaneous expenses in green, and right here on the last day of the week we did spend that $20. I actually ended up giving that to my son. He had field day this day and he wanted to get some special treats from their little food truck and stuff that they had, so I just pulled that $20 out of my wallet and gave it to him to cover that, rather than taking it out of like our school expenses sinking fund. I had the $20 on hand. It just seemed easier to do it that way, so I did stick to my budget, and that was that $20. So I budgeted $80 for this category, and that's exactly what I spent. So nothing left over in that category. A lot of times with my cash envelopes, I have money left over, but this week was a wash. We had fewer envelopes that we had stuffed this week, so that's totally fine. At least we were not over budget there. Okay, then we have my sinking funds. So for sinking funds, this is always as budgeted. I decide how much money I'm going to put into my sinking funds, and then I immediately do that. So this is all as planned. I did put 50 into campground, 20 went to car maintenance, 25 to Christmas, 20 to clothing, 50 to my husband's sinking fund, 50 to holidays, 20 to household, 20 to pets, and 50 for vacation, for a total of $285. Next up, we have our extra debt category. We aim to send $150 every week to the credit card we're currently working on, which is a Walmart card. And if you look here on my calendar, you can see that my extra debt payments I make in this dark gray color, and we did send $150 to Walmart as expected. So that was good to go. The only other category I have here is our rollover, which I keep private because I don't disclose my husband's income. I don't disclose how much we roll over because I do a zero-based budget. If I've told you guys how much we rolled over, you could easily add up all these categories and see exactly what my husband earns. And he doesn't want me to share that information, so this is how I handle that. Alright, you guys, so that is it for my budget results for the week. I apologize if I wasn't my usual perky self, and I just kind of sped through this. Like I said, I'm tired today, so I will be back later on this week with my week 3 budget, which I'm excited about. But for now, looking back at this, I think I did okay. A little bit over budget, but I mean, $20, it's not the end of the world. you know, it is what it is. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. YouTube looks at, you know, how many thumbs ups or likes your video gets, how many comments you get, how many views, and you know, if they see a lot of interaction with your video, then that tells them that that's the type of video that people like, and they're more likely to show my video to more people. So by supporting my channel, you are supporting our debt-free journey, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.